Stoke City's Geoff Cameron was left out of the U.S. men's national team's final 2 World Cup qualifiers. Apparently, he's not very happy about it, telling the New York Times, quote, Bruce Arena made decisions that cost us the World Cup. It's hard to argue it, Craig.
Correct. Bearing in mind they had 8 games out of the 10, so 2 were played. Okay, it was bad, but he had time to recover. They did recover.
Yeah, they were in 3rd place before the Trinidad match.
And only had to get themselves over that final hurdle, which was Shaka's depleted country.
Have we settled, was that Trinidad's B or C team?
We'll go with B.
You're being nice today.
We'll go with B minus. But whichever way, it's a game that the US should have won. And no question, Bruce Arena made mistakes. I don't think it takes a rocket science to figure that out. But at the same time, so did Jurgen Klinsmann. Keep in mind the position that Bruce Arena took over this team. Bottom of the hex, no points after 2 games, with a team that struggled in previous Gold Cups. I think, as easy a group as it was in the semi-final round, I just felt Jurgen Klinsmann made harder work of qualifying to that point than he should have.
So, go ahead. It's interesting, though, that you mentioned Jurgen Klinsmann, because later in the article he says if they'd have kept Klinsmann, they would have made the World Cup. I don't know that I agree with that.
I mean, look, I don't think it's entirely coincidental that, you know, how he was left out of the last 2 games, right? Bruce Arena dropped him. So obviously he feels more comfortable with Jurgen Klinsmann. From what I can tell of Geoff Cameron, I don't know him personally, but he seems somebody who really thrives on confidence. And when you have a manager telling you, like, hey, look, I don't need you, stay home, I think that makes a big difference.
I personally think they would have got to the World Cup with Klinsmann, right? And that's just, it's hypothetical, but I personally think they would have got there. But there was a big purge to get him out. Right? It was a big purge to get him out, and I'm not saying long-term for the US he was the right coach. I don't think he was. But there's not a doubt, and we're not telling people anything they don't know, Bruce Arena came in, and in the end, it was an unmitigated shambles. Right? Now, he has to take responsibility for that. He had 8 games out of 10 to sort it out, and he couldn't do it. And that was including not winning in Trinidad and Tobago against the B team, just getting a point.
Shaka, do you read any bitterness in these quotes from Cameron?
Yes, without question. I don't understand the point of saying this at this juncture. We all know it is what it is. As easy as it is to say, if Jurgen Klinsmann were in charge, we would have qualified. Equally, you could say if Bruce Arena had taken over 6 months before, Trinidad and Tobago would have qualified. It makes absolutely no difference at this point. Personally, I think Sunil Gulati was a little bit slow in pulling the trigger on Jurgen Klinsmann. But again, it is what it is.
Everybody in U.S. soccer wants to move past this. Clearly, Geoff Cameron has not.